Welcome back to Elway Power Sports. Today we're going to be going over the Defender HD10 XMR. Finally got in stock, finally doing a video over it. Half doors, this thing's fully built out. Let's get into it. Go from this thing front to rear. All right, so the 2025 Defender HD10 XMR. Starting in the front just a little bit, this one gives you the beautiful accent lights just like your Defender Limiteds, as well as a high-rise mounted winch and your special XMR front bumper. So it gets your winch a little bit further up out of the mud for when you go and bury this thing all the way down. You can still access this really easy. You also have a good winch point down here if you need to get this thing towed out. You get a little bit bigger tire, which is also going to give you a little bit bigger suspension, a little bit more ground clearance. It's going to be able to get you through, around, or over a few more things than what just your standard Defender would be able to. So we've got a massive 30-inch Swamp Force tire coming from us from XPS, which is one of CANAM, one of BRP's companies that are now making the tires for these things. Absolutely awesome. They're a nice firm compound to be able to not wear so fast, but they're also going to be able to grip really hard in the mud, slippery, wet conditions like these things are made for. This thing comes in one colorway, so you have this beautiful silver paired with the red trim all the way around. You get the special interior, kind of the accented stuff. And on the front of this, we have a poly flip out windshield. So this thing actually gonna be able to go all the way up. We don't have it fully installed because you do have to drill into this dash. So before we install stuff like that, we like to make sure that customers really want an accessory like this. But it does come with a handle just like the other tip out windshields to be able to crack it open a little bit, seal it fully, or actually be able to raise it up like this. Moving over the side a little bit, just like the windshield, we do have a roof on this guy as well. So that's another accessory that you do have to add from the factory, but it does come with your half doors. What's really nice about these, they do have a seal on them. So when you get buried in, this will help deter a little bit of that water and mud, although you've got a half door, you can't expect a whole lot. When you're sunk down in the mud, down in the fix, that some water and stuff is gonna get on the inside, but that's why it has drain ports. Moving to the outside a little bit, you do get Can-Am's wider fenders on here, as well as their rock sliders down below to help protect the bottom corners of your cab. When you're kind of going through some stuff that you don't know what's down below you, you wanna make sure that's all protected. Moving to the back, you still get the nice fender back here, kind of help restrict some of that mud that's gonna be flying up and at you. Some of this is gonna catch some of that so it's not hitting you directly in the face or spraying people off to the sides or behind you or anything like that. The couple main things that makes the XMR special to what it is gonna be things like the mud tires, the wider fenders, the half doors, and of course, your snorkel up here in the back. That way, again, when you're down in the water, down in the fix, you're not sucking up water into your intake. Where the normal Defenders have their intake right about here, it now lifts your intake all the way up here, so as long as you can breathe, the machine can also breathe. You also get a bigger rear end in the XMRs, so these are gonna lock a little bit better and a little bit harder than just what your normal Defender does, so that when you're really sitting there spinning, this thing's gonna hold up a little bit more to the abuse. So this thing really is made for going out, doing some good trail riding, getting this thing down and dirty in the mud. They do an absolutely fantastic job of that. But you still get a lot of the features that you get on the typical Defenders. So you still have your large dump bed back here, you still have your tailgate, all of your tie down points. So when it's ready to work during the week, you can go ahead and do that. Take this thing out and have an absolute blast on the weekend. From the inside perspective, there's a few little things in here that are different than your typical Defender. Again, you get the nice stitching, you can see the nice red X symbol behind you on the snorkel as well. And from an actual driving point of view, you have your rear differential locker as well as a front differential locker right here on the dash, and you get a couple of modes. So you have your trail mode and you have your mud mode right here on the dash. Depending on what style of riding you're doing, you can flick that, make sure the machine's ready, and you're good to go. Anywhere you can think of, this thing is made for it. You also get your typical nice interior that these Defenders have. So you get your nice bolstered seats. When you've got some people in here and you're rocking this thing around on the trails, they keep you nice and planted as well as being very comfortable all day long. You have 3 seat belts all the way across, so you can really pack some buddies in here, go out, have a fantastic time, feeling safe and comfortable throughout the entire thing. Come on down to Elway Power Sports if you guys have more questions or you want to see this monster in person. We would be more than happy to show it to you. Again, that's going to be the 2025 Defender HD10 XMR, 1000cc 80 horsepower machine that's ready to really give you a blast on the weekend or do a little bit of work for you on the week. Whatever you want to use this thing for, it's ready and set up for you. Leave any comments that you have, questions or anything like that in the comments below. If you guys are enjoying these videos, you want to see more, tag along, subscribe, hit that like button, share these with your friends, guys. We're having a blast doing it. Let us know what you would like to see in the future, and we'll see you in the next one.